Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 28 in the RSV for December 28th, 2023. The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. When a land transgresses, it has many rulers, but with men of understanding and knowledge, its stability will long continue. A poor man who oppresses the poor is a beating rain that leaves no food. Those who forsake the law praise the wicked, but those who keep the law strive against them. Evil men do not understand justice, but those who seek the Lord understand it completely. Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is perverse in his ways. He who keeps the law is a wise son, but a companion of gluttons shames his father. He who augments his wealth by interest and increase gathers it for him who's kind to the poor. If one turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer is an abomination. He who misleads the upright into an evil way will fall into his own pit, but the blameless will have a godly inheritance. A goodly inheritance. A rich man is wise in his own eyes, but a poor man who has understanding will find him out. When the righteous triumph, there's great glory, but when the wicked rise, men hide themselves. He who conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord always, but he who hardens his heart will fall into calamity. Like a roaring lion or a charging bear is a wicked ruler over poor people. A ruler who lacks understanding is a cruel oppressor, but he who hates unjust gain will prolong his days. If a man is burdened with the blood of another, let him be a fugitive until death. Let no one help him. He who walks in his integrity will be delivered, but he who is perverse in his ways will fall into a pit. He who tills his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursuits will have plenty of poverty. A faithful man will abound with blessings, but he who hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. To show partiality is not good, but for a piece of bread a man will do wrong. A miserly man hastens after wealth and does not know that want will come upon him. He who rebukes a man will afterward find more favor than he who flatters with his tongue. He who robs his father or his mother and says, "That is no transgression," is the companion of a man who destroys. A greedy man stirs up strife, but he who trusts in the Lord will be enriched. He who trusts in his own mind is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom will be delivered. He who gives to the poor will not want, but he who hides his eyes will get many a curse. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. There's something in here that I don't feel like, maybe it's just the way it was rendered in this translation. I don't feel like I've registered that before. I'm sure I've read it, right? Trying to take advantage of the last light and the street light before I depart on this run for deliveries. But hey, we got some work. Probably could have done a wee bit better on pay, but thankful for the Lord providing anything for me and just being able to make some money. Constantly telling people this, just like I tell myself, that the wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. What are you running from, right? You got nothing to hide, not doing anything wrong. Relax. Don't fret. It's interesting that I think 3 times in this, it's poor men are called out for bad behavior and like poor over poor people. It's like doubly worse or twice as harsh, you know what I mean? Because they should have compassion on people that were like them and they don't. The one who turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer is an abomination. So we keep talking about like the maybe not the deathbed confession is what I'm talking about, but throwing up a prayer, when things get bad, because what else are you going to do? You got nowhere else to turn. Is the Lord even hearing you? Or if he's hearing you, is it an abomination because you don't want to hear the law and the word and, you know what I mean? You're turning away from those things. And a couple different times it talks about like wicked men in power and the righteous hiding, people hiding themselves. On one hand, it's like, yeah, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't be hiding. On the other hand, got to save your own skin and worry about your family, right? To a degree. There's a point that you can't be pushed to proclaim something against the gospel, for instance. If you conceal your transgressions, you will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. Right? Good to hear. Where is it? If a man is burdened with the blood of another, let him be a fugitive until death. Let no one help him. Now, I know I've probably had to have read this before, right? But I don't recognize it. So that's odd. Maybe I have even commented on it before, but... And it doesn't say let him go be killed. It doesn't say there wasn't a state proper. Don't let the king kill him or the princes kill him. But it also doesn't offer protection. It just says he should just be a fugitive until death and be running away from the justice he deserves. Now, I'm assuming this is a murder and not manslaughter, right? An accident. Till your land, you'll have plenty of bread, worthless pursuits, plenty of poverty. Use the resources you got, do with what you can, with what you have, where you're at, or, I don't know, play video games or TikTok or something like that. Choose, right? Plenty of bread or plenty of poverty. Choose. For one a piece of bread, a man will do wrong, right? And do crazy things for self-preservation. He who trusts in his own mind is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom will be delivered. So try to walk in wisdom. Try to find wisdom and reside in it. Again, when the wicked rise, men hide themselves. When they perish, the righteous increase. Pray for your leaders, even the ones you don't like. Fear God and the King, right? Pray for those people to come to Christ and to be blessed, even if you don't like them. Pray for your enemies. Go with God. Be blessed.